Hey, and welcome to another episode of the Art of Braid podcast. I am your host, Karen Tenord, and I'm so excited about today's guest. We are talking about a topic I hear about all the time, the importance of good customer service. And today's guest is Candice Guy, which is the founder of an amazing brand, Blush Velvet. Since today's topic is about the importance of good customer service, who better to talk about it? So I remember working at, I believe it was Macy's at the time, and we did like a whole magic event training. And I swear, Macy's has the best customer service training. Within the first, I think 3 seconds or 5 seconds of seeing a customer walk in, you're supposed to greet them right away, acknowledge them so that they know they're seen. And if they need help, they'll come to you. And I just remember that I took that to wherever I went, whether it was a pop-up or an event or anything. It was just kind of like always acknowledge a person, even if you're busy, with a nod or something like that. But you know what? I'm not going to make it wait any longer. Let's welcome Candice. Candice, thank you so much for joining us. Um, your, your time and your brand is important to us, myself, and the viewers. Before we get started, I know you, but my listeners don't, right? So I want you to give us a story about you because I feel like we all have a story. So I want you to share your background and what it is you do in your business.
Okay. All righty. Hi, guys. I am so excited to be here today. Karen is getting me out of my element. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Um, so, I am Candice. I am the founder of Blush Velvet Boutique. So, we are a curated vintage and accessory boutique. So, curated means that we have a little bit of everything for everyone. We pull pieces from everywhere. We do designer consignment, we do vintage pieces, we have statement classic pieces. Our motto is when you look good, you feel good, and you don't have to spend a lot of money to do so. Um, we're a fun, colorful boutique. As you can see, I'm sitting here now, full of love, laughs, good times, self love. Um, and just is really about really feeling good and looking good about yourself. That's mainly what the brand is about. And that's my main goal is to make my blush babes feel great every time they walk through that door and every time they leave. So where did I get started? I actually was in nursing. Nobody believes that. Coming from a Caribbean household, they want you to take certain routes in life. But that wasn't what God had for me. I was always into style. I was always into fashion. I'm an accessory whore. I'm a vintage whore. Um, I know. I love anything glitzy, anything glamorous. And I always felt like you didn't have to spend a lot of money to look good. Um, so that's how my business was started. I started off doing personal shopping for people. You could tell me, I want a red sock with a blue dot, and I would find it for you. And I got joy out of it. Um, just little things. And then people would stop me in the street. Where did you get this from? Where did you get that from? And I saw a need for affordable accessories. I saw a need for people who didn't have a whole bunch of money going out and spending tons of money on designer brands when they could put together a whole new look by just adding a pair of earrings, adding a headband, a scarf, put together, create a whole new look and keep it affordable. Mix your high with your low. So that's kind of how I got started, basically. So I'm kind of like the high low queen a little bit. So to
Okay, there you go. That in between. Uh, thank you so much for sharing your story. I want to get to the topic at hand, which is the importance of good customer service. And I really was like, I need to speak to Candice about this because Candice, everybody loves you. You know what I'm saying? Like you come in, you feel super special, super seen, like you give all your attention. And it's so weird because like I understand it, but it's so weird because you have so many people pulling at you at the same time, right? They want your attention, but you always manage to give people the same amount of attention and respect as they come through your door. And I think that's why they keep coming. It's like we
Mhm.
looking through the window, like, who is Um, so I want to, the question is, what are some good examples of good customer service? What would you say?
So, first, I'm going to say that in any business, small or large, customer service is key. I feel that a lot of businesses forget that without your clients, you don't have a business. You know, a lot of people overlook that, like, I have this great brand and all of this, but really, no one is really obligated to support your brand, as fabulous as it may be. And sometimes customer service and the way you treat people and the way you make people feel when they enter your room, when they enter your presence, when they enter your store, when they shop with you online, just little details. The way you make them feel just means it can create great things for you in your business. So I'm just going to say that. Um, what I tend to do is I feel that everyone who walks through my door is special. So they do pull on me a lot. However, it's my job to make everybody who comes through that door feel like they are special, because this might be the only time that that individual has when they do feel special, when they can come in and feel good about themselves and put on something and think that they look pretty, or have a little drink, a little cocktail, or have some girl time and some adult talk. This may be the only place where they can get that done before they go back out. I don't know what these people are facing. You know what I mean? Just acknowledging a person, saying hi, smiling. I'm always smiling for the most part. You know that.
Right, and it's that retail therapy.
Yeah.
Right.
It is, just smiling, a warm welcome, making people feel acknowledged, and not like it's not a transaction. It's not like, oh, I'm giving you a product and then I'm taking your money. Because it's beyond that. It's more than that. And if you keep that mindset that this is not just transactional, customer service comes like that. It just becomes a part of what you do.
Right.
You
That's who you are.
know. Hmm.
Right. Okay. So let me see. Have you ever had a bad customer service experience? And if so, what was it like? And how did you handle it?
I've had plenty of bad customer service experiences, and some have been with people that I know,
Mhm.
which makes it even worse.
Right.
Makes it even worse. Um, I I'm trying to think of what. Just basically, okay, I'll be a little transparent. Some years ago, I went to a salon that I frequent often. Um, and there was a problem with my hair caused by an assistant, not the shop owner, but the assistant. And then the assistant was in the wrong. I'm a business owner, so I try to keep myself professional at all times. So when I addressed the business owner about it, she kind of brushed me off about it. She kind of belittled me. She kind of laughed it off, and it really bothered me. And when I explained to her that that's not how you treat your customers and that's not good customer service, then it kind of snapped and she got it. And she's just like, oh, well, you know how that person is, like making excuses for that particular person. But at the end of the day, that person represents you and your
Mm,
brand. And what ultimately happened is, although she was a great stylist, I no longer went to her anymore. I decided to take my money
right.
somewhere else, you know.
Right.
Um, Now, I'm sure me leaving her did not kill her, you know. However, if that continued to happen, I'm pretty sure other people also, left. But just her reaction to my concern as a longtime client who was spending a good amount of money with her for a service was really horrible and made me feel bad.
Right. It was like,
You,
did you even care about me this whole
you
time?
yeah, yeah,
Right. I
yeah.
get it. I remember with my customer service thing, it was like having good customer service. Walking into a store, I remember walking into a store in Soho, and everybody was just in a huddle. And Me, I'm with that training, right? Like 5 seconds. If I'm standing lingering and I walk through the door and nobody says anything, I'm walking right
A
out.
big problem. Yeah.
Yeah, I walk right back out. Like I'm not gonna stay here because you don't care. Like
Mm.
at this point. Um, but and there has been like places where it's like customer service where people are like, oh my God, I just love you. I come. People don't even come for the product after a while. They just come for the service. Like, like, oh my God, like again, like how you make a person feel, they always remember that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's like I'll just come just to hang out,
Yeah.
right? Like, what
Yeah.
do you got coming? Like, what's the new things? Like, it's
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
it just lifts people. Like when you have good customer service and it's consistent. Like it doesn't switch up depending
Yeah.
on if the person got money or not. Like it's like
And it's an experience. People want an experience. Customer service goes along with that experience. Like I said, you just can't have a great brand and a great product. Everything ties together,
right.
you know. People do remember that.
They do. And I'm just gonna, I guess the piggyback off of that, like what would you think is
Mhm.
a good why would good customer service help extend business? I think it's kind of play on what we just spoke
Mhm.
about, but just to elaborate a little bit.
Like I said before, if you don't have clients, customers, you don't have a business, right? Um, Good customer service is always going to bring people back. I've actually had people say to me, I shop with you because I like the way you make me feel. Like they just say that. So to me, it's funny. I'm like, well, you don't like the product, but they're like, no, no, I love everything, but I like how you make me feel. I like how I feel when I'm here, in your presence. So that really can make or break a business. If you think about, if you go somewhere and you walk in and they're just sitting there twiddling their thumbs and ignoring you, why would you go back? But if you go somewhere where you're invited and you feel special and you feel good and you feel seen, like you said, you feel seen and heard, then hey, I don't mind spending my money there. I don't mind going and supporting this business. So customer service is key. It
Right.
really is big.
Telling a friend, like, hey, I'm gonna go over here. Candice got this. Like, she got a couch.
Mhm.
We can sit down. We can talk. Okay. Okay, so now this is going a little bit more details. A lot of the braiders, again, this is about the business side of braiders. Like a lot of braiders don't think about what it is outside of just braiding someone's hair. Like, what does that look like? You are a business, right? So what are some ideas? I know you're good for this, that show good customer appreciation that you have done.
So for like, okay, one thing that I do is we have online, right? Online and in person sales. It's always good. You want to give back, right? A lot of people are reoccurring customers. They're coming all the time. So giving back to them in the way of having discounts, sales, gifts, giving gifts, just showing your appreciation. We had the ugly Christmas sweater party this
Yeah.
past Christmas. And
I
that was
didn't have an
just,
ugly sweater.
you did have an ugly sweater.
Oh wait, no, it was ugly.
Remember?
My bad. It was very ugly.
It was very ugly, but you had one. So that was just it was very ugly, guys. She was a runner-up. Okay, so that was my way of giving back. Just having some light bites, having a little cocktail, a little something to drink, and then just giving. I gave out little Christmas gifts. I mean, it wasn't lavish gifts, but that was my way of saying thank you. I
Mhm.
appreciate you guys because you can go to anywhere in the world, any store. You can shop online, you can go in person, but you choose to come here, and I appreciate that. So I feel that discounts, little giveaways, gifts, even like loyalty cards, a loyalty program, those are
Mhm.
really big. Clients really appreciate that because it lets them know, like, wow, I'm being seen and I'm being appreciated. I also have, here we have cocktails. Um, we have a little mini bar here. at Blush Velvet Boutique. So that's also my way of giving back a little bit. You come down, you come have a little cocktail, a little wine, a little sangria. People enjoy that,
And
you know.
snacks, cookies too.
And I have snacks too. Yes, snacks.
Okay. So those are really good tips on how you can
Mhm,
appreciate your customers or
mhm.
your clients. A lot of people don't realize it's just the smallest things that you can do.
Yeah.
Um,
Also, one thing else I would like to add. Sometimes involving your clients in decision making. You might be coming up with a new concept for a line, a new color scheme or something, just by putting out on Instagram, like, hey, what do you guys think? A or B or something. It kind of makes them feel like they're a part. Like, hey, you really care about what we think, you know?
right.
So
I mean,
involving them
that's
in
good.
little things, making them feel like I call them blush babes, right? So you're a blush babe. This is all about you. I want to know what you guys like. Just involving them in little decision making areas helps as well.
Right. So they should feel like they are part of the journey, which is
Exactly.
really good. I didn't even think of that. So thank you so much for adding that. Um, so that's that actually ties in with the next one. What are what are some goals that should be set when it comes to marketing?
Say that one more time.
What are some goals that should be set when it comes to marketing your, I guess,
Mhm.
customer service or new products or something like that within um
Marketing is key. Also, goals. Goals set for marketing. I think definitely ads for sure. You definitely want to have ads. And now with social media, there's so many options for ads. You have the Instagram ads, you have Google, ads, you have your Facebook ads. Those are definitely big. I feel if you have a brick and mortar, also targeting people in your area,
right.
targeting people within the area, letting people know you're here, letting people know what services you offer.
Mm.
You
So
know, we
yeah, well, I'm gonna say this with the whole branding. I literally put this sweater vest on because I knew I was coming to speak with Candice. Like
velvet.
that is that is what your brand says. Like I'm
Mhm.
like, I'm gonna come out and I'm going to respect Candice. And I'm gonna make sure there's some type of fur or some type of fashion.
Pink. Not only is it fur, it's
And
pink
it's
too.
pink.
So yes, you're doing
You
yes.
know, and I actually have your chain on.
You have the
So
chain
your chain and your
and your
earring.
ear. Yes.
Yes. So, and it's what's beautiful about Blush Velvet is that you are super convenient and it's like you can find your piece there,
Yeah.
right? Like, so it's not like, okay, I'm gonna feel intimidated, like I can't, nothing is like too big or too flashy or too small. Like it's,
Mhm.
and the prices are right. So as far as like customer service, like I don't feel pressured, which
Mhm.
is what's great. Like I don't feel pressured when I come into the thing to buy or anything like that. I'd be like, I gotta close my eyes, like, no, I am not spending. And you're like, but I know this is also a business, right? So it's like,
Mhm.
as a business owner on my own, I'm looking at it like, okay, you still gotta make sales, right? So as thinking as a braider, when you
Mhm.
come into a space or you speak into a client, you have to understand that you still have a business to run. And that yes, you can be nice and you could be there, but it's like when business comes down to it, you got to still have that level of respect for yourself
Mhm.
and your customer.
You
Which
have to.
yeah, because you go and you be like, listen, today is about emails and drafts,
Mhm.
and you
Mhm.
already have set that boundary, which
You have
is
to set boundaries because clients, they do forget. They come in and it's like they just enjoy the experience, but it takes work and time and effort to create the experience. When Zara closes at 8 o'clock, they're still there. the doors are closed, but now the second shift comes on and they're cleaning, they're restocking, they're doing inventory, they're switching up the racks, they're doing all these things, So it's the same with any business, including myself. When the doors close, you see me, I'm cleaning, fixing, you're rearranging, you're, paying attention to details and moving things around and doing all these things. So there is a time and a place. And I'm just grateful. I've learned how to maneuver. It's not always easy because to the client, they want access to you 24/7. This may sound really crazy, but there's really no reason for anyone to send me an email or message me at 3 o'clock in the morning about a pair of earrings, but they do.
Listen, okay. So during Sandy, right? I used to work for a company, it was a hair company. And during Sandy, everything is shut down. People were like, are y'all open?
Mm-hmm.
We're like, first of all, we can't even come out of Brooklyn right now to get to the space. It's like, why are you thinking about your weaves right now? Why?
Because people want what they want. And one thing with shopping is very impulsive, very impulsive. So people want what they want. And that's just what it is. You just, as a business owner, you have to set boundaries and you just have to know how to maneuver. When that email pops up, you put it down. Don't respond. That's it. You'll get to it when you get to it. You have to set boundaries because a lot of bits, and I hate the word small business owner. Me and that word don't get along. Right. But a lot of
Florida.
businesses that are on a smaller scale, they feel like I need all the business. I got to do everything I can to keep business, 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 business. And I've learned to fire clients. It's okay to fire clients as well. All money is not good money, and God will provide and send. When that one person goes out the door, God will send another person. But you have to set boundaries because in order for you to be effective and make more business and reach more clients, you can't give so much of yourself to these people that are pulling on you all the time and just not really taking time to think like this person actually has a life, or
Right.
this person may be busy, or maybe this is not appropriate for me to send a message at 3 o'clock in the morning about a pair of earrings.
Right. And the
No.
thing is with the 3 o'clock in the morning, what I realize is that because people send it at 3 a.m., that means that they was just thinking about it at 3 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
They're not going to get response at 3 a.m. But it's just like, okay, it's on do not disturb at that.
Exactly.
But on Monday, or my office hours, I'll be like, hi, we got that, or there's like an automated email. So I also program like automated
Yeah.
emails that automatically comes to them. So they think that I'm responding, but I'm really not.
You have to set boundaries, and also in order for your business and your brand to grow, you have to set boundaries. So a lot of businesses start off small, right? And you have a certain clientele. And at that time, you're really able to give these people the attention and kind of do things that maybe you shouldn't really be doing in business, right? But as your business grows, you can no longer do those things. And a lot of clients don't like that.
Right,
And
because
they
they're
get
so
upset.
used to it.
Right. Well, why you can't? Oh, well, can you just send me an invoice? Can you send me pictures? We have a website. You can go online and you can order it. And if you're not comfortable following, if you should want me to grow, if we're all in this together, we're growing all together. So if you can't appreciate me as a business owner growing and setting boundaries, then maybe we need to kind of part ways. you
Exactly.
know. But in order to grow, you definitely 100% have to set boundaries. That's something that I went through. It wasn't always easy, but whoever was supposed to stay on board, they're here and they're still supporting.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's really good tools. I want just a few more things. All right. So do you have any favorite tools or resources that have helped you in your journey through entrepreneurship?
God.
Amen.
I'm sorry. It always leads back to that.
Don't be
Um,
sorry.
I'm a woman of faith. Um, I am not a religious woman, but I'm a spiritual woman. And my source and everything else leads back to my faith, you know, my faith in God. So I would definitely say whatever your source is, you definitely need to tap into that on this journey of entrepreneurship, because you have highs, you have lows, you have good days, you have bad days. You have days when you just want to throw it all away. You have days when you're walking on cloud nine. And in order to maneuver that, you have to be mentally and spiritually balanced as
Ooh,
much as you can be.
yes. I second that. Okay, so before we wrap up, I like to ask, I guess,
Mhm.
fun questions. It's three small questions. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Just say, like you said, the highs and the lows, but we're gonna leave this on a positive high.
Hmm.
So I have three questions. One, what is your favorite go-to braided style and why? Two, is there a book that you can recommend that would be great for our starting entrepreneur? And three, are there any new products, projects, or events you would like to give us a tea on?
Okay. So my go-to braiding style, I don't like, Karen knows I do not like a whole bunch of little braids, but I don't even know if they still calling it this, but it's cornrows, the Bo Derek, the cornrows, the classic part in the middle, like how you have the
Mhm.
cornrows going back and long. That's my go-to. I love cornrows. That's my go-to all the time.
Got you.
All the,
Okay.
is it still called the Bo Derek? I don't know. What do we call it? Because it's not really hers.
It's
It
not,
was never hers.
I think we just call it cornrows in the back.
Cornrows going back.
Mm,
Okay.
yeah.
Right. Book would be what book? I think it would be Entrepreneurship for Dummies. It gives you
Yes.
it gives you everything. Like I said, I was in school for nursing.
Hmm.
I've taken business courses here and there along the way, but I pretty much kind of just learned what I learned. Sometimes learning by making mistakes, and that's fine. But entrepreneurship for dummies, yeah, it gives you a breakdown, everything you need in a way that you can understand it. Yeah.
Listen, I am a big believer in the dummies book, the books.
Yes.
They have a
Yes.
for everything,
Everything.
which
I
is
mean everything. And what's the last question?
the last question is, are there vi- ah, any new products, projects, or events you would like us to give us a tea on?
Oh, okay. So we do have an event coming up this month in honor of Women's History Month. The last Sunday of the month, which is going to, what is that date? That is Sunday, March 26th. We are going to have a sister soiree here at the shop. So Sister Soiree is an intimate gathering for our sisters and our blush babes. Just a time for us to love on each other, acknowledge each other. It is Women's History Month, so we're just going to take it out in a bang. We're going to have some light bites. We're going to have some cocktails, some mingling, some mixing, and of course, shopping. It's going to be 10 to 15% off of your purchase for that day. And we're just going to have a nice time. And it's going to be on the last Sunday of the month. I'm not sure of the time yet, but it's going to be in the afternoon, probably like around 2 p.m.
Ooh, okay, all right.
Soiree.
Yeah, this is a soiree. Like I really love that. Like
Mm.
just to kind of like come out and just hang out.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
we do all already, but it's like on to the next.
Right. And we always have, we always have giveaways and raffles. I'm big on raffles. So we're going to have raffle giveaways. And our giveaways are nice, guys. They're very nice.
Please make sure you follow Blush Velvet, shop Blush
Shop
Velvet
Blush Velvet.
on Instagram.
Yeah. And the website is www.shopblushvelvet.com.
Okay. So
Yes.
yeah, so I can't thank you enough for coming on the show and sharing the importance of good customer service and a little bit more. So
Mhm.
thank you so much for preparing for the show. Before we wrap up, can you tell the people a little bit about how they can contact you. We already know how they can follow you. The website is www.shopblushvelvet.com, and then your social media.
So social media, Instagram is at Shop Blush Velvet. I think we said that. Facebook is Blush Velvet Boutique. And our physical location is 81 Willoughby Street, Suite B12A. We're part of the NY Beauty Suites team downstairs, lower level. You can also call us. What is our telephone number? You can call us at 908-264-5042. And we also have a business WhatsApp. So you can always shoot us a message or a text at that number, 908-264-5042. Yes. Or you can email us at info@shopblushvelvet.
Okay, so y'all heard, hi, Candice at Shop Blush Velvet. Thank you so much. It was truly a blessing and an honor to have you on the show. So everybody have a great day. I'm your host, Karen Tenord, and you have been listening to Candice Guy.
Thank you, guys.
Listen, such an amazing interview. To get more info, go to kaidetres.com/podcast. Thank you so much for listening. I hope that you got a lot from today. Be sure to rate, review, subscribe, and show back up. Okay, see you in a bit.